We're based in San Francisco, and we're 3 hours from Tahoe, and we're downtown, so we're 30 minutes from the beach. And on a daily basis, we don't get to snowboard or surf or kiteboard or participate in the action sports that we love. The electric skateboard, powered skates, they fill that gap. So going to the corner store to pick up milk for tomorrow's breakfast, that's something that I look forward to. Going and running to the doctor's office for a quick lunchtime visit is way faster now, because instead of like getting an Uber or a Lyft or a ride-sharing service, I can just jump on my electric skate and I'm there faster and cheaper than if I was waiting for a car. So it takes those things, those action sports that we love, but we only get to do a few times a year, and it allows us to do it on a daily basis. And it transforms typically mundane activities into something that you look forward to participating in and doing. The Monolith is the only board on the market that you can really, truly skate and have it feel just like a normal skateboard. So we put that in the product video and in the FAQ, or in the tech specs, but then one of the first questions is, well, what happens if I use it like a normal skateboard? And you can totally use it as a normal skateboard. The follow-up question would be, well, am I going to hurt the motor? And my response would be, absolutely not. And so that's the biggest thing, is that this board rolls, feels, glides like a normal skateboard. And that's one of the big USPs of it. You can skate it like a normal skateboard if the battery's out of it, if the battery's dead, if you don't have the remote. You can always use and skate it like a normal skateboard. But you throw the battery inside of it and you can go 20 miles an hour for 10 miles. So that's one of the great USPs. I think one of the other big questions are about the wheels. We've tried to keep everything that works from the existing skateboarding industry. So our wheels use skateboarding bearings. Our front wheels are very, very good high-performance skateboarding wheels, as are the trucks. The rear wheels, though, are custom because they're built around our Manta drive. That said, we've tried to design and engineer them, one, for easy replacement, and two, low cost. From there, you get some technical questions about the durometer of the wheel, meaning how flexible or how hard the urethane is. And we're at an 80A durometer, so that means it's not too hard, but it's also not too soft. It's kind of that kind of perfect medium. We want to deliver a product that's durable, but at the same time soft enough that it's going to give most riders a smooth, consistent feel. From there, in higher performance downhill longboarding, people are doing these huge power slides, like turning the board on its side with a lot of momentum and able to slide it like a snowboard. And because of that, you want different wheel durometers. You want different wheel densities and hardnesses. And so one thing that we'll do before we start shipping boards is offering on our full e-commerce website a range of not only replacement parts and accessories like our swappable battery packs, but also different wheels that are interchangeable and can be used with the existing ones. Powered skateboards, obviously you've got a wide breadth of people who are using it, from the novice who's just using it and getting into it for the first time for transportation purposes, to the recreational user who wants to go up the mountain and then skateboard it like a normal skateboard going down the mountain. And so because of that, you want a product that is easy for a beginner to get into, but still meets the performance needs of your highest end user. And we're able to do that in the mobile app by controlling the power. So the top speed, if you max it out all the way, is about 24 miles an hour, which is going fast. We realize that most users don't want to do that. Most people are comfortable probably around like 15 to 20 miles an hour. That said, we want to make it super easy for the most early novice beginner, and so you can stop the top speed at about 7 miles an hour, which is like a healthy jog. Traditional skateboards, you've got to step on it, then you've got to push, and you've got to keep pushing to keep your momentum up. And like most things, once you have your speed and your inertia, it's a lot easier to balance. It's at that very kind of beginning stage that you're off balance. So a powered skateboard is much easier to ride in that you don't have to think about stopping or pushing or kicking the board or coming to a stop by dragging your foot. You've got the thumb throttle control, and you can be very precise with your acceleration and your top speed. So in general, it's much easier to ride than a traditional skateboard. Because the motor controllers are controlled by simple algorithms, we're able to tweak every single parameter of them. So you can have a very steep throttle curve, meaning you get massive acceleration, or you can make it very, very mellow, so you get a really smooth and easy transition. And we give it to the user to be able to control those. We've got preset beginner and advanced modes, and then we also have a custom mode where they can unleash all the power of the board. So if you're a beginner and you want to get going for the first time, you can make it very easy. And if you're an advanced rider and you want to just go all out, well, you're ready for the challenge. So everything's built inside the deck and inside the wheel. So inside the deck of the board are our batteries and then the motor controllers. And then inside the wheel is the electric motor. And the electric motor is responsible for powering the board, for acceleration, and also for braking. So regenerative braking is a great tool to recapture some of the energy when you're going downhill or stopping and being able to continue to power the board going forward. Going uphill, you're going to use a lot of energy, but once you start going downhill, you'll be able to recapture about 30 to 40% of that energy so that you can extend your range and keep riding longer. And then additionally, we've created custom wheels for the Manta Drive, obviously, to fit around it. And we've gotten a lot of questions in our Kickstarter Q&A about how exactly those work and what the costing would be on those. So again, Theo's a pretty brilliant engineer, and not only did he come up with an awesome motor drive system, the Manta Drive, but he found a way to make it really, really cost-effective and cheap and easy to replace. And so the rev wheel, which I've got a prototype of right here, is held in place by a really simple circlip. So you just use your thumbs to remove the circlip from the back of the wheel, and then all you have to do is push forward, and the entire wheel slides off. And so it's got these teeth here that bite into a locking mechanism built onto the rotor, and that's what keeps it in place. Because it's a really, really easy to produce and simple TPU insert with urethane molecularly bonded to it, you've got a really strong and durable part made out of the exact same materials any other skateboard wheel would be, but you can see it's custom designed for the Manta Drive. And because we were able to keep it just in line with all the existing skateboard wheels that are out there, the same materials, same production method, we're able to keep the costing relatively similar. It's a little bit more expensive just because of the volume, but it's also the exact same performance that you'd anticipate from a traditional skateboard wheel. So a lot of advanced longboard skateboarders want to know how easy it is and the cost to replace the wheels because they're going to be sliding the board and wearing on the wheel. But for your average rider, we've been testing these for about 6 to 9 months, and we haven't had to change one since. So our goal is always to make it easy and cost-effective to change, but if in engineering you can avoid that altogether, I think it's the best.